Salutations and good morrow, everyone. Welcome back to another grounded update video where today we are going to be hopping in and we're going to be talking something that a lot of people have been bringing up in my chat again. And that is one of the things that the most people are kind of upset about when in this new update. And that is the massive nerf that has come pretty much across the board to all weapons. All weapons pretty much got nerfed, if not by around 20 to 30% on each one, and some more than others, including our wonderful friend, the Antlion Greatsword, and the Broodmother Club. Both of those did end up getting quite the nerf in this new update. And a lot of people are bringing it up and saying, Sim, can you talk about it? What are your thoughts on the nerf? Do you think that it was worth it? Do you think they went too far? And all around, are you upset with this nerf? And I'm going to start off by answering some of those questions. But if you guys could, make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Don't forget to subscribe because I'd hate for you guys to miss any other grounded videos. But let's hop in. Let's talk about it. So first of all, yes, there was a weapon-wide nerf that was done in the End of the Wood update. We saw around a 20%, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on what weapon, nerf between all weapons, all right? And that's even on their base damage around that. I mean, we lost quite the amount of damage on a couple of our new our weapons, including some of our brand new weapons. Like I said, the Salt Morningstar and the Spicy Antlion Greatsword or Antlion Greatsword, Minty Antlion Greatsword if you decided to go down that path. But we did end up seeing quite the reduction there. The other thing that we did see a reduction with, guys, is the amount of bonus that you are getting from upgrading something. Let's take this axe as an example. Right now, I've upgraded this to level 1 already, and I only have a plus 5% durability and damage. This before would have already been 10% with a level 1 upgrade. By level 5, bringing me to 50, and then whether you go down mighty or salty or spicy and stuff like that, it would adjust to anywhere plus another 10% to a plus 15% per upgrade that you were using when you're using your globs. Now that has since changed, and now we're stuck with something a little bit worse. So we are stuck with getting things. If we look at my Salty Morningstar, that's mighty here, we are stuck looking at this thing being plus 45, already using a level 7 weapon. So level 7 only got me to plus 45% durability and damage on my Salt Morningstar. And you need 5 quartzite jewels in order to upgrade to level 8 and 10 quartzite jewels in order to get it to level 9. And even when you do that, going down this path, it's only going to add up to 65% damage going all the way up to level 9, where in truth, before it would have been plus 100% damage. Then on top of that, going into the crafting menu, you can also see the damage reduction here. If we look at the Salt Morningstar in comparison, the Salt Morningstar now is gotten a severe dump of power. I mean, look at this. The two-handed ant club, red ant club, does more damage than the one-handed Salt Morningstar. Now I get it. It is a level 2 weapon and it's two-handed, so there's a good chance it's going to do more damage, and I get that. But at the same time, that's still a little bit too much of a nerf in my opinion. I feel like that the tier 3 weapons should be stronger than they are right now because of the bugs you have to fight in order to get them. And I'll talk about why I understand why they did it in a second, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, some of them were a little too much, including the Antlion Greatsword. Now, couple things before we go into why I think that they did this. One is a lot of people were going through and grinding through the game, right? I mean, fighting things became way too easy in the game. You were killing pretty much everything in 2-3 hits. The Antlion Greatsword became one of the most powerful weapons in the game. You could pretty much wipe anything with it only using that weapon. You wouldn't really need anything else if you didn't want anything else. And now what did they do? They literally gave us a spicy version of the Antlion Greatsword. Literally, it's the Antlion Greatsword stat for stat. Literally stat for stat, just needed to be made with some different items, and it gives you spicy already, so you get to go down that mighty path, technically making it the spicy Koltana stronger than the Antlion Greatsword now once all the way upgraded. Because if you were to go down the mighty path with the Antlion Greatsword, you would no longer get that spicy damage that you'd be getting like you do from the Koltana. So it now makes the Koltana probably one of the best weapons in the game once it gets all the way down its mighty path. But if your Morningstar players like myself, you're a little sad that you did see your Morningstar get nerfed. Now, there's a couple reasons why I believe that this happened. One, I believe we are going to be getting tier 4 weapons soon. What that means is we're also going to be getting tier 4 bugs soon. Some of you have been spoiled by some of the updates that are coming for some of the newer bugs that are going to be coming to the game. Other than what's already been added, the 11 that you've seen so far, there are some other ones that are also going to be coming, and some things that are going to get even harder to fight. I feel like that as you go through the backyard, I feel like that if we think about the way that the game is played, you start here, then you go down here, and then you kind of wrap around the yard, right? So you go right here, you go into either the pond or into the hay, or into the hedge. So you go down over here, and then you kind of do this wrapping motion where you go down into here, you'll fight everything here, you'll go up to the picnic table, you get everything there, you'll work your way up into the backyard update up here, and work your way through here, and then slowly work your way up here. And I do believe that up here is probably where the hardest zone is going to be, and where a lot of things are going to be, and possibly even Dr. Wendell at some point. But we did see a large change to the weapons in this game, and I think that this is why, is because we're going to start getting harder and harder enemies that are up here that are going to require you to make tier 4, if not even tier 5 weapons. So in order to adjust that, they needed to move these damage numbers back. And in order to make the new bugs in the new backyard area for the End of the Wood update feel like that they are stronger, they had to move those weapon powers back. That way it is a harder fight for you. The problem is that all the other bugs in the yard didn't really get a nerf at all. So now you have weapons that aren't as strong, with bugs that are just the same and more powerful, thus making it feel like that it may have been a bad idea. But like I said, with everything that they have done, with all of the passes that they've done for upgrading weapons, with all of the new bugs that they're adding, with all of the new areas that they've unlocked, with the ability to upgrade weapons, adding the jewels, all of that can only point to the fact that there's even more harder enemies coming, and they wanted to open it up for some sort of super weapon, because at some point we will be getting to the point where even with like a mint mace or something, maybe a club of the mother demon, you will be able to get to that full boosted power there and have a very, very deadly weapon. But all around, I still like the weapons that are in here. Now, I have one other gripe that I want to talk about, because it's kind of a pain in the neck, guys, and that is the jewels. Jewels right now are expensive to make. If you guys don't know, we'll go over the jewels here. So you think about it like this. I'm going to need 15 jewels in all in order to get this guy. 15 quartzite jewels in order to get this Salt Morningstar to level 9, okay? Now we're going to go over and look at the oven, okay? In order to make quartzite globs, which it takes 2 quartzite globs to make 1 jewel, okay? In order to make 1 jewel, which I don't know why I don't have this recipe in here. This is going to be the 3rd time I've bought it from Burgle. In order to make 1 jewel, you need 2 quartzite globs and 1 twinkling shell. Okay, the twinkling shell comes from the scarabs, and I'll make a video on them in just a little bit. But these quartzite shards that you're going to need in order for that, so every quartzite glob is going to need 20. So if you're going to need 5, or every quartzite gem is going to need 20 shards. So if you're going to need 5 of them, that means you're going to need 100 quartzite shards just to make 1 upgraded weapon with Mighty. And you're going to need to find 5 scarab beetles, and those are not easy to kill. Trust me, they're not. You're probably going to need the super gas arrows to kill them. More on that in another video. But let's go over this. So think about it. If I'm going to need 10 of these then after, in order to get it all the way upgraded, that means I'm going to need another 200 quartzite shards. So all in all, that means 300 quartzite shards and 15 scarabs in order to get 1 weapon, not more than one weapon all the way upgraded in Mighty. And it gets even worse if you guys start thinking about spicy globs, mint globs, and salt globs, because for salt shards you're going to need 8, right? So you're going to need 16 per every single one of the jewels, and you need 5 salty jewels in order to upgrade something to salty. So if you think about it like that, you are going to need even more salt. And salt, mint, and spicy, well, mint has gotten a little bit easier with all the induction of all the new mints in the new area. There's a lot of mints in the new area. Salt, there is some salt pieces. We know where the salt mine is in the backyard over in the sandbox, so that's not a big deal. Spicy, if you use your shovel, it's not a big deal, but it's still a lot of grinding to find these resources just to get this. So this has become the biggest grind in the game, is to upgrade your gear. Now, let's not forget, guys, this is an RPG. This is a role-playing game that is meant, it's a survival role-playing game that is meant for you to go around. It's meant for you to explore. It's meant for you to have resource grinding and stuff like that. It's part of the game. So as much as it stinks, the fact that we have to do all this is what the game was made for us to do. So that is all the time I have left for this one, guys. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys did, please hit the like button. Also, I'd like to know what you guys think of the weapon nerf down in my comments. And also, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.